In a small town filled with modest homes and warm-hearted people, there lived a man named David. David wasn't a man of great wealth or extraordinary talent. He was just an ordinary individual with an extraordinary heart. His younger sister Lily was his world, and he made it his life's mission to see her happy, no matter the cost. This is not just a story about family. It's a story about selfless love, determination, and the lengths we can go to bring joy to those we care about. From a young age, David and Lily shared an unbreakable bond. Their parents had passed away when they were both very young, leaving them to fend for themselves. David, barely out of his teenage years, took on the responsibility of being both a brother and a parent to Lily. He worked multiple jobs, juggled school, and learned to cook, all to ensure that his sister never felt the absence of their parents too deeply. He wasn't just a brother, he was her protector, mentor, and biggest cheerleader. Sacrifice and hard work. David's life was not easy. He often worked late into the night, scrubbing floors and waiting tables, just to keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. While his friends went off to college or started careers, David stayed behind, prioritizing Lily's future over his own dreams. He saved every penny he could, cutting corners and making sacrifices that no one saw. He wore old clothes, skipped meals, and even turned down better job opportunities that would take him away from the town, just so he could be there for Lily. When Lily expressed her desire to become a dancer, David knew it would be an uphill battle. Dance classes were expensive, and they lived in a town with limited opportunities. But David never let the challenges deter him. He found a part-time job at a local dance studio, mopping floors in exchange for Lily's lessons. He would watch her practice through the small window in the hallway, his heart swelling with pride every time she nailed a difficult routine, going the extra mile. One winter, Lily fell ill with a serious condition that required an expensive treatment. David was faced with an insurmountable medical bill that threatened to derail everything he had worked for. Determined not to let his sister suffer, David took on additional jobs, sometimes working up to 18 hours a day. He sold his cherished possessions, including a watch that had belonged to their father, to cover the costs. Sleep became a luxury he couldn't afford, but David never complained. His only focus was on seeing Lily healthy and happy. The stress and exhaustion began to take a toll on David, but he pushed through every obstacle with a smile, always telling Lily that things would get better. And slowly they did. With the help of the community, who were moved by David's relentless efforts, Lily received the treatment she needed. She recovered fully, and David's unwavering commitment to her well-being became a source of inspiration for everyone who knew their story. Going the extra mile one winter, Lily fell ill with a serious condition that required an expensive treatment. David was faced with an insurmountable medical bill that threatened to derail everything he had worked for. Determined not to let his sister suffer, David took on additional jobs, sometimes working up to 18 hours a day. He sold his cherished possessions, including a watch that had belonged to their father, to cover the costs. Sleep became a luxury he couldn't afford, but David never complained. His only focus was on seeing Lily healthy and happy. The stress and exhaustion began to take a toll on David, but he pushed through every obstacle with a smile, always telling Lily that things would get better. And slowly, they did. With the help of the community, who were moved by David's relentless efforts, Lily received the treatment she needed. She recovered fully, and David's unwavering commitment to her well-being became a source of inspiration for everyone who knew their story, achieving dreams together. Years passed and David's sacrifices paid off. Lily was accepted into a prestigious dance academy, a dream come true for both of them. On the day of her first major performance, David sat in the audience, tears streaming down his face as he watched Lily dance under the bright lights. It was a moment of triumph not just for Lily, but for David as well. He had poured every ounce of his being into ensuring his sister's happiness, and seeing her succeed was his greatest reward. David's journey teaches us a powerful lesson. True happiness often comes from giving selflessly to others. In a world that often emphasizes self-interest and personal gain, David's story reminds us of the profound joy that comes from putting others first. His love for Lily was not just about making sacrifices, it was about believing in her dreams, standing by her side through every challenge and never giving up, no matter how tough things got. The ripple effect of kindness. David's story didn't just end with Lily's success. His actions created a ripple effect in their community. Inspired by his dedication, others began to look out for one another more closely. Neighbors helped each other in times of need, and strangers became friends. David's commitment to making his sister happy had sparked a movement of kindness and selflessness that touched countless lives. David's life may have been filled with struggles, but he found purpose in his sacrifices. His relentless pursuit of his sister's happiness serves as a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference in someone's life. Whether it's through small acts of kindness or grand gestures of love, we can all be like David, fighting against the odds to bring joy to those we care about. David's story is more than just a tale of a brother's love. It's a testament to the power of selflessness, resilience, and the incredible impact we can have on others. His journey shows us that sometimes the greatest achievements come not from pursuing our own dreams, but from helping others achieve theirs. And in doing so, we often find our own happiness along the way. So, be inspired by David's story. Let it remind you that in every act of kindness, in every sacrifice, there lies the potential to change a life, and maybe even the world. This story is not just about one man's love for his sister. It's about the transformative power of selflessness and the enduring truth that when we make others happy, we often find happiness ourselves.